You are a being of abundant love, health, and wealth. You are a manifestation of the divine. In a world where we are stripped of our authenticity, I am here to walk you home by reminding you of your ultimate power. I am KaSandra, the creator and artist of Magic of Eden. Welcome to my podcast, Magic of Eden, the journey to your highest version. On my podcast, I'll be featuring and performing my poetry. I'll discuss traumatic and heartwarming experiences and how we can use magic to help us reclaim our divinity and evolve along our spiritual journeys. I'll also pull tarot and oracle cards during some discussions and leave you with words of encouragement as you reclaim the God and Goddess within you. I hope that through my passion and vulnerability that I am able to create a safe haven for you to thrive and transform. Hello everyone, my name is KaSandra. Thank you all for coming back to my podcast. It is always good to be in good love and get lights and high vibes and a good spirit with you guys. So first and foremost, I just wanted to say that I am awake around 3:30 in the morning with my soon to be 3-month-old, and he is busy. So if you guys hear any laughing or any cooing or baby noises or heavy breathing or like little whines here and there, know that my baby is awake and he is right here looking at me dead in the face, eating his fingers and watching me pull cards. So the reason why I wanted to come on here was because I was inspired to give you guys a quick message. And to be quite honest, this past week or this past month for me has been so, I want to say it's been a doozy, but it's been so transformative, and it's just been so eye-opening, and it's just been so many things. And I just wanted to come on here to kind of give you guys just like a, not insight on like what I've been going through, but just the overall energy that I've been feeling. Now, I was supposed to have recorded another podcast with another dream interpretation that I was going to do, and I was going to go into insight, and, prophecies and visions that I have been having, but Spirit has been holding me off on that. And so I'm just kind of honoring that. And whenever it's time for me to come out with those messages, I'll make sure that I'll go ahead and give you guys those messages. But for now, let's just go ahead and dive into the cards that I have here. So first and foremost, I am working with the Mermaid Tarot and also Wisdom of the Oracle. First and foremost, I just want to say that these two decks together are decks together. These two decks together are simply amazing. They are such a vibe, and I just wanted to put that out there. If you guys don't know what these cards look like, you're more than welcome to Google them, or you can purchase them yourself on Amazon. No, this is not a paid partnership. No, I am not sponsored by them. No, this is not an ad. I'm just saying I love these cards. They are so amazing. But anyways, the cards that I have pulled here are the which card came out first? The card that came out first was the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the King of Cups, and then we had the 10 of Pentacles, and then we had the 4 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I feel like with this pull, first and foremost, is that it kind of brings me to this space of something that is fated. For some reason, the word fate is coming to me. Like, no matter what we did, or no matter what we're doing, we're always going to get this outcome, because this is something that is gifted to us. And I feel like with that comes with that, for me, the way that I feel about it is that some of us have been moving in a place of non-compassion. And I think that where you're headed now, where we're going now, is we are going and moving forward into a space where we can start to become a little bit more compassionate, and we are going to start to give a little bit more every single day to this dream that we have, or whatever it is that we feel that we are destined for, or whatever we feel that that we want to call in, or that we want to bring into us. I really do believe that a lot of us are moving into a space where we're putting ourselves first, and we are starting to become more, in tune with our emotions as we travel inwards. And I really feel like what I'm hearing is that Spirit is telling you that, or telling us that there comes a time when we have to turn off the noise or allow ourselves to be free from the noise from the outside so that we can focus on what is on our internal world, on what is going on within us, because there's so much noise happening on the outside of us. There's so many things that are happening right now, especially with the way that the world is right now. I feel that spirit is really calling us, or not even challenging us, but I feel like this is I'm feeling this gentle wave of warmth. And I feel that this is spirit, putting this blanket of warmth and love over us as we maneuver into this new space of this new way of being. What I kind of feel like is that each moment of our lives is definitely a moment to celebrate. And I feel like the more that we peer into this moment and we're not so focused on the future, if we're not so focused on the future, if we're not so focused on the past, if we're focused on the present, I do believe that we can then find that warmth within the core of us. And I really do believe that a lot of us are returning to our core. A lot of us are looking to our core for wisdom. And when I say our core, I mean our heart space. And from that heart space, you can exude, love, compassion, and all of these high vibrational feelings and whatnot. But what I also want to kind of say is that as I'm sitting here, I feel like what spirit wants us to know, or what the divine or God or source or whatever you want to call it, your internal wisdom, what I feel like is that this is a time for us to start to pour more into our I'm hearing the word sacred space, but I feel that we are the sacred space that needs to be poured into. We are the altar that needs to be cleaned. We are the altar that we come to when we are praying, or when we're saying our prayers, or when we are connecting with the divine. And what I'm hearing is we're vessel. So this definitely feels like we are being called to celebrate ourselves more, to celebrate our vessels, because it is our vessel that we are using to maneuver throughout this reality. But this is something that should be, I want to say, not prized, but it is something that should mean something to us. Do you see what I'm saying? I feel like for some reason, I don't know why, but this is bringing me to the physical body for some reason. Like, take care of your physical body. Show it compassion. Show it love. Show it attention. That may be a message that someone needs to hear, but I'm hearing for you to connect with the body. I'm also hearing Reiki work for someone, so I don't know if someone needs to get some Reiki work done to get those to get that energy flowing with them. But I'm hearing Reiki work for some of you guys. That was completely random, but I'm gonna go ahead and continue. I do want to say too, though, that what's standing out to me right now is this King of Cups. And with this King of Cups energy, it brings me to a space where we are able to honor our emotions in a way that is productive. And I feel like we're being called to connect with ourselves, but not even just ourselves, but with each other in a way that is understanding. And I feel like the more that we evolve, the more emotionally intelligent we do become. And I also kind of feel like what I want to say, what I'm hearing is the word write it down. Whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you're seeing, whatever it is that you're envisioning, I feel should be written down. And what you write down is indeed a sacred text that can come to life, that has the potential to come to life. And I know that I'm kind of talking like a mile a minute. My thoughts are everywhere, but whatever I'm hearing is I'm just kind of saying it. So I'm just going to flow with the energy. Fuck it, whatever, right? Speaking of that, I feel like the fact that we are flowing with the energy, that brings me to the Wheel of Fortune. And what I'm hearing is that it's time for you to start learning how to flow with the energy. And it's not even really just about flowing with the energy, but it's also about you knowing how to manipulate the energy in a way that is not forceful. It almost kind of reminds me of water bending from Avatar. And now I know I've mentioned Avatar before, and I just love Avatar. Shout out to Aang. But anyways, I feel like it brings me to this space of knowing how to work with something without forcing it, and allowing it to take the shape of whatever it's going to be, and you flowing with that, and you mirroring that in your reality. What this also kind of reminds me of too is we also have the Yang card here from our Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and this reminds me of, this is actual masculine energy. So with this masculine energy here in this Yang, and also with this King of Cups, this kind of reminds me of masculinity that's is in touch with its femininity. So this is you creating in a way that is not forceful. This is not you constantly forcing your will, but knowing that if you put your all in your heart into whatever this is or into this person, you know that you are in alignment with it, then you can create massive change. But not even just that, you can make way for miracles to enter your life. I do believe that a lot of people are stepping more into a space of receiving and being receptive and understanding and knowing that everything that they could ever want, their treasure, is definitely at hand, especially with this 10 of Pentacles here, and with this 4 of Wands, and with this 9 of Pentacles. This is definitely something worth celebrating. This is something that, you know, is owed to you, that you've been wanting for so long now. I'm hearing the last 10 years. This is something that you've been building and building and building, and as you progress into this new world, I do believe that a lot of you are coming to terms with the fact that this is the life that you want to live. I see a lot of people stepping outside of, you know, being told what to do. I see a lot of people becoming their own bosses. I see a lot of people, you know, becoming entrepreneurs, but I also see people flowing and becoming in alignment with their highest selves. I see a lot of people embodying their highest visions and, you know, becoming their highest versions. I really do see people stepping into more of a sacred space and really connecting with the watery element of them, and, you know, taking the shape and the form of what it is that they want to see come to fruition. I feel like a lot of people are starting to understand the meaning of rhythm. They're starting to understand the laws of correspondence, you know, the 7 universal laws. And I really do believe that people are starting to work with these energies and to work with these rhythms and vibrations in a way that supports what they're trying to call in, what they're trying to bring in. And I really do feel that. I really do see that. And I really do feel like the divine is saying, you know, what is that you're trying to create? What is it that you're trying to call in? And I feel like this is supposed to be an adventure that is beautiful, you know, a beautiful adventure. And I feel like a lot of people are starting to explore themselves and explore the world. And, you know, it almost kind of reminds me of this world of wonder where you see like all these different, you know, shiny jewels and things like that. But, you know, using your discernment, you know what is calling out to you. Do you know? You see what I mean? I really do feel like also with this other deck, the Elemental Oracle, I have here water, I have South, which is adventure, and water is also creation, and also I have planetary growth. So I feel like this definitely brings you to a space where you're allowing yourself to become nurtured by the things that you need to fill you up in order to allow you to grow and express yourself and to become, you know, the mirror that exposes what it is that's inside of you. I feel like a lot of people are, you know, taking heed to what it is that they need. I feel like a lot of people are starting to step into a space of, you know, this is what's going to help me create this. And I feel like a lot of people are starting to, you know, accept that. And I really do feel like the divine is saying, what I want you to do is understand and realize that no matter what, this is something that you are destined for. This is what I want you. This is what I see for you. Do you see this for yourself? And if I see this for you, then evidently you see this for you, because you are me and I am you, as above, so below, as within, so without. And I feel like the more we explore our internal world and the more that we project that out to the universe, we can create a beautiful world, not even just for ourselves, but for each other, for the collective. And this brings me to this energy of each of us that creates our own world. I feel like we are then becoming more in sync with our counterparts, with our other human friends, our human family, and each of us are playing our own individual notes. But I do feel like we're progressing more to this space of, you know, unity, to such a point where even though we're playing our own notes, I feel like these notes form a symphony, especially when we work together. So just like this body of water, we are all coming together. Every plant under the sea, every coral, you know, every fish, every mammal, you know, that lives, you know, marine life, you know what I mean? And I feel like we are all coming together, forming this one big family under this body of water. And this body of water to me represents, you know, this womb space of creation. We are the creation, but we are also creating. And I really do feel like we are moving more towards a life of love, to be quite honest. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and say that I feel like, you know, you are worth celebrating. What you're trying to call in is worth celebrating. I feel like I'm being led to say, sit, meditate on it, allow yourself to write down what it is that you want. I feel like the magic that you can be working with now is working with water magic and working with moon water specifically on the next full moon or new moon or whatever moon that you work with. I feel like maybe, take some distilled water or some spring water, put it in a glass jar, and, set it outside under the moon, and let it soak up the moon's, luminary lights and this energy that the moon has to offer. I feel like a lot of us are starting to, and I'm also hearing the word bathe. It's not, just cleansing your body, but it's cleansing your energy using the power of water. Water is, what I'm hearing is the word baptism. And I feel like when you allow yourself to be baptized, you are stripping away all the impurities that are anchoring you to this low vibrational life. And when you allow yourself to be baptized, you are coming up anew. You're coming up and stepping into your soul's purpose. You are coming up and you're stepping into who you truly are. And I really feel this right now, and I'm getting chills as I say that because I feel like the divine is speaking clearly through me. This is a very specific message for someone. I feel like when you allow yourself to come up for air after being submerged underwater, that breath of fresh air, you are breathing in all the divine's love. And the divine is telling you that you may have been in the arms of confusion. You may have had your doubts. You may have had your worries. You may have had all of these things, but what I want you to do is I want you to trust in me, because the trust in me is the trust in you, and understand that if this is something that you see for yourself, I want you to trust that, take that, hold it in your heart, but I want you to go the distance. I want you to dedicate yourself to this so that you will never give up on that. And when you don't give up on that, what you're doing is you're showing me that this is something that you truly want, that you truly feel is right for you. But this is not something that's supposed to be forceful. So don't force it. Don't come at this with thirsty energy. When am I going to get it? Why isn't it happening yet? And all these different things. Just know that if you align yourself with it right now, if you become that vibration, the universe will respond to that vibration. Because it's cause and effect. Because you are putting in the work now, the effect will be you will get what it is that you are working towards. But I'm also being called to say that it's a time for us to be gentle. It is a time for us not to be so abrasive. This is a time definitely for celebration. Celebrating who we are as individuals, celebrating our uniqueness, celebrating our quirks, celebrating whatever it is that we have to offer, celebrating our gifts, and allowing that to be the catalyst that is leading us to change, that is allowing us to be led to prosperity, to love, life, to a life of thriving. And I'm also thinking there were partnerships. So I do feel like a lot of people are stepping into sacred relationships, but supportive relationships. Whether it be romantic or platonic or business related or whatever, I feel like we are being more supported. The same way when we float above water, the water supports us, we are also being supported in our endeavors, in our adventures. So I really do feel like the divine is, letting us know, reminding us that, he, she, it's, they, whatever, God is a non-binary soul that transcends all time. So I feel like the spirit of God, or whatever you want to call it, I feel like it's reminding us that we are not alone. We are not going to continue to live in this Five of Pentacles energy. No more of that. No more feeling abandoned. No more feeling lost. No longer feeling like we don't know where to go. You see what I mean? I really do believe that a lot of us need to remember that. And I'm also praying for someone to step up and speak their truth. No matter how scary it may be, no matter how many heads you shake, no matter how many necks you break, it doesn't matter. Just speak your truth regardless. It doesn't matter if people follow you. It doesn't matter if people, want to be around you. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Just speak your truth. And stand with that. Stand firm in that. Because it is your truth that is leading you to freedom. And when you stand in your truth, your tribe will show up and support you on that. Man, you guys, I just feel like, the divine has been with me for so long, especially with how rough my life was growing up and things like that, and speaking of, speaking your truth, I feel like this is a message for a very specific person, I feel like it's definitely time for you to start speaking about, your childhood. It could be, whatever you went through, it's time for you to speak up on that, because the wisdom that you gained going through this trauma, going through this suffering, I feel like you can share that wisdom with the world and help people become liberated the same way that you are. Or maybe even you speaking your truth will lead you to your own liberation. Instead of it leading you to your demise, it's going to allow your soul to be lit. It's going to allow you to become liberated. I'm hearing the word transcendence. It's time for you to start transcending beyond your suffering. And one of the ways that you can transcend beyond your suffering is by coming up with fresh air and speaking your truth. Throat chakra energy. Like I'm seeing a lot of blue and aqua. You know, it's connecting me to the ocean for some reason. Like I really do feel like I just want to sit at a beach, go collect seashells, and just be present with the divine, with the sunset, with the horizon, and just be all that there is at this beach. You know, connecting with nature, listening to the seagulls, watching them fly, seeing dolphins just kind of flit in and out of the water. Like honestly, I don't know why, but it's calling. I feel a call to the ocean for some reason. Maybe someone needs to go to the beach or swimming at the beach or something. And I'm hearing the word intelligence. There's intelligence to be gained when you meditate at the beach. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. You guys are the reason why I continue to share my messages even when I feel like they don't make sense. I feel like sometimes I just kind of ramble, but you know, nonetheless, I hope that this makes sense. Just so you guys know, I am going to be sharing more prophecies and things like that with you guys, but for now, I really do feel called to just kind of sit with, you know, doing these readings so that we can connect in that way, because with the things that are going on in the world right now, the downloads that I've been getting, they are just so heavy right now, and I feel like instead of bombarding everyone with this heavy energy, I think it's, you know, best for me to just kind of give you guys a sound mind and to connect with you guys, you know, on a more emotional level and on a more spiritual level versus me giving you guys all these daunting messages. Because what I've been seeing, guys, has been crazy. But anyways, connect with yourself, you know, sit with yourself in a bath, sit with yourself at the beach, you know, if you're able to, if it's not raining for you, if it's not storming for you, you know, just sit at the beach, or, you know, go big or go home. just go whatever you want, you know. I'm not here to tell you what to do. That would be very low vibrational of me, but I'm here to support you. If you guys need anything from me, be sure to look me up on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter now, and you guys can follow me on social media at Magic of Eden. I'll make sure to link everything in the description box down below. And I just want to say that I love you guys so much. Thank you all for supporting me, for sticking with me, and for sticking by me and listening to my messages and listening to my rants. I really appreciate all of you. And if you also need anything, make sure that you subscribe to the show wherever you're listening at. And also find me at the Apothecary online at magicofeden.com. And I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you, Tribe, for tuning in to this podcast episode and holding sacred space with me. I have enjoyed our time here. In case you need to reach me, you can visit my Instagram at Magic of Eden. There you'll find witchy tips and info, daily inspirational messages, and more. Be sure to visit me on Twitter at Magic of Eden, where I share visions, prophetic messages, daily insights, and more spiritual messages. You can also visit my website at Magic of Eden to purchase high vibrational ritual items to aid you on your transformational journey of becoming your highest version. I'm looking forward to connecting with you and the divine.